WLYR 93.0 is the station, that's what's up. Samurai Panda Sports is the show, and we about to cut it up now. Yep. Well. Grab your pens or your pencils. Hope you packed a lunch today. Take a seat. It's time for the grade books.
Grades? I got no damn grades.
All right, now we are starting with the NFC, and we're going to start with the NFC East with your second place champions.
Yeah, second best.
Philadelphia Eagles. Philly finished 14-3, first in their division. They won that division pretty easily. They had a phenomenal year. Everyone pretty much thought the Eagles were going to win this division, but no one thought they would look like this doing it. Offense, they were dope everywhere. Third in yards per game, top 10 in pass yards per game, fifth in rushing. We all know why. They were good at moving the ball, third in points per game, fourth and third down percentage, third in red zone percentage. When they got to the red zone, they was most likely going to score. And that's due to my MVP, Jalen Hurts. Everyone people know he's good, but people tend to like put this ceiling on him for some reason. Like, you know what I mean? The thing with him, he continues to get better and he focuses on his craft constantly. He's going to get better. Everyone's worried, and I'm worried about this too, that they lost both of their offensive coordinator and defensive coordinator. So everything's about to get shaken up a little bit. But the thing with Jalen is that football is what he lives and breathes. So he's going to stay perfect at his craft. I think it'll be totally fine. In fact, I'm calling it right now. Philly's about to come with a deadly air attack this year. I'm calling it right now. And another thing that goes to the O-line, Kelsey's coming back. They lost Hargrave on the D-line, but you still got Fletcher. The defense held up with the offense too. Now they lost some key pieces like Hargrave, like CGJ. Those are big losses in my opinion. They almost lost Slay, but they got it back. But this defense was phenomenal. Fourth in yards per game, first in pass yards per game. Rush defense was a little meh, but it didn't hurt them too much. They stopped teams from scoring. They put up a good fight. They were pretty decent in the red zone and pretty decent on third down. This defense was phenomenal. Another thing was injuries too. They just got banged up at the wrong times, and that's what kind of like messed up the chemistry on the way to the Super Bowl. Now, still a phenomenal year, but I think next year, like, Jalen Hurts is about to show off his passing abilities. And it's going to be spectacular. And this leads me back to the front office. Howie Roseman and that Eagles front office is one of the best front offices in the league. They know how to draft. They know how to pick up free agents. They know how to recruit. They know how to structure contracts. This is a well-run organization, and I can't applaud them enough. Eagles getting an A. Yes, they lost the Super Bowl, but they made the Super Bowl, though. Can't knock them for that. So, great season. They're just going to get better. Jalen Hurts is going to continue to get better. If they don't let these losses in free agency hurt them too much, if they draft well, if they pick it back up, I think they'll be fine. I mean, like, they lost some key pieces on defense, particularly Hargrave, Gardner Johnson. They also lost Edwards. Or was it Edwards? I think they lost Edwards. I think they kept Epps, but they lost Edwards, or vice versa. Quick editor's note. I did a quick look up real quick. They lost TJ Edwards to the Bears, and they lost Marcus Epps to the Raiders. Also, they lost Sanders on the offensive side. Now, they did pick up Rashad Penny, which I think it's a nice, even balance, in my opinion. They still got Scott, and they still got Gainwell, who ran the ball pretty well last year, honestly. Sanders is a big loss. He was a pretty key piece in that rushing attack. We'll see what happens. Carry on. Moving on, we have the Dallas Cowboys.
How about them Cowboys? You lose.
All right, so Dallas finished 12-5, second in the division. Not bad. Came up short yet again.
You lose.
Let's go with the good things. They were great in the red zone and scoring. The offense was pretty solid all around. You had CeeDee Lamb. He had a great year. Tony Pollard. He shows you why it's him over Zeke. Now, partially this formula to how good they were in the red zone because of Zeke, because he was a red zone beast this year. Now, granted, he didn't have a great year as far as what they're paying him, and that's why he got let go. But I still think he was a good red zone player, and they could have found a balance with that. But Tony Pollard is still an explosive player. They have stars all over the place. You got Trayvon Diggs, you got Micah Parsons, you got Tank Lawrence, Van Der Esch, Dak, CeeDee Lamb, Malcolm Gallup when he's healthy, like Tony Pollard. Like, there's stars all over the place. They have stars on the O-line too. Like, none of that matters if you have Jerry Jones as your GM. He is a con, everybody. He is a bad thing with this team. This is why. He can pick the stars. You have to surround him with a supporting cast. You have to. Yes, Trayvon Diggs is a great corner, but he can't guard the whole entire field, though. None of that matters if the rest of the secondary doesn't do their part. Micah Parsons, fantastic DN/linebacker. You got to give him extra pieces that are like, they don't have to be the exact same skill level as him or on the same level as him. No. Just get somebody that's like a couple notches down that can still produce and be a solid player. That's all you need. He doesn't do that. He doesn't do that at all. Yeah, you got Tank Lawrence in the middle and Micah Parsons start to run. They get tired after a while. That's why they were still 22nd in rushing on defense. You know what I mean? But it's the Cowboys. They haven't done anything since those 90s championships because Jerry Jones keeps meddling with the team.
You fucked it up! You fucked it up!
Now, am I coming across a little salty with this? Probably, because I hate the Cowboys just like everybody else does, okay? And if you're a Cowboys fan listening to this,
I'm just kidding. But seriously.
y'all had a decent year. That's with Dak being hurt and Cooper Rush coming in. Cooper Rush played his ass off. Y'all can't galvanize. The Cowboys just they don't galvanize as a team. You have star players all around and solid at everything you do. But when it comes to playoff time, you have to galvanize and become a team. And you see the Cowboys just fall apart every year in the playoffs because they don't galvanize as a team. There's no glue when it comes to the playoffs. In the playoffs, things get tight. Things get intense. The other team is fighting for their lives too. And that's how you lose to the San Francisco 49ers with a rookie quarterback who got drafted last in the draft.
You lose!
And you can only score 12 points.
You suck!
I still give him a B.
Oh, come on!
It could have been better, but it could have been worse. Like, statistically, they were a pretty good team all year, even with Dak being hurt. It's just when it comes to playoff time and when it comes down the stretch, they literally fall apart from the inside because there's no glue. Y'all get mad at me all you want to. B. For bitches. Bitch. Moving on. The New York Football Giants finished 9-7-1, third in the division. They surprised me. I'm sure they surprised a lot of people. No one expected them to win a playoff game, yet alone even make the playoffs. But that goes to Brian Daboll. He is a hell of a coach. I can't stress this enough. When he was in Buffalo, Josh Allen became Josh Allen. Now that he is gone, Josh Allen is turning into a turnover machine. What's the difference? Brian Daboll is missing. So he is a damn good coach, and I will stand by that. He has earned Coach of the Year because he took the Giants from literally nothing and with a ragtag of receivers and molded into something to win a playoff game, although it was against Minnesota's terrible defense, but still won a playoff game. When y'all went up against a real team that has a real defense, y'all got completely destroyed, but we're not going to go on that too much. Anywho, the good thing was Saquon is back and healthy. Another thing, Daniel Jones was running the ball pretty effectively.
Gets a block, takes off, and he is gone.
He had a good year based on his standards. The rushing attack was there, but the passing attack was definitely not there. You could say lack of receiving talent. I get it. But Daniel Jones just doesn't leap off the page to me. Let me just wrap up the good thing before I go on a tangent here. Good red zone and good third down defense. That was the only good thing on defense because everything else sucked. Good red zone offense. Now, Daniel Jones.
And to stay upright, and he trips.
I don't like this contract, not one bit.
No, man.
He does not earn that. Tag him. And you don't have to pay Saquon a shit ton of money. And then you don't have to waste a fucking stupid contract on Daniel Jones.
And to stay upright, and he trips.
See if he can replicate or improve on what he did this past year. Because prior to this year, Daniel Jones was on the way to bust town.
And he trips.
I don't like this contract, not one bit. I get why they did it. It's Daniel Jones. We'll see what happens this year. I don't like it, but I also have to hope that the Giants are, if you're going to pay Daniel Jones and make him around for at least the next 2 years, what you need to do is tune up that defense and get him some help on offense. Please, please, please. Draft something. Just something. Y'all haven't really been making a lot of noise in free agency lately. What y'all doing, really? Y'all haven't really done much, but maybe y'all gonna draft. I don't know, but y'all need to do something. I give y'all a C because it's better than what anyone expected this year. But there are still a lot of glaring problems, and I do not like that Daniel Jones contract. But I'm not a GM, so I can't really make that call. I'm just a guy in a room.
This is my torture chamber.
Moving on, the Washington Commanders finished 8-8-1, last in the division. So the good things. Their pass defense was actually pretty stellar. Like, you could not throw the ball on them. The rest of the defense wasn't too bad, actually. Second in yards allowed per game, fourth in passing, 11th in rushing defense, first in yards per drive defensively, first in average play. They got teams off the field quick, man, and they stopped them from moving. Tied for 7th in points per game, first and third down defense, and 8th in red zone defense. This defense was actually pretty solid. And then they have some good weapons on offense. I do like the Dobson kid. Terry McLaurin, they just paid him, and he's balling out of control. If they can get like a tight end, because I don't know, Logan Thomas has a bit of a health problem.
Oh, I'm hurt. Oh, my neck, my back.
And there's maybe new owners. Good. One step closer, because Dan fucking Snyder.
Fuck you, nigga.
I can't wait till he sells this team. Please sell the team. Sell the god freaking team. Please. I am a Steelers fan first and foremost. However, I grew up in the DMV area. For all my hometown people, please sell the team. Please. I'm off that tangent. Let me get to the nitty gritty here. Carson Wentz, what the fuck was that?
You suck.
Did y'all not see Indy at all? How did he get worse too? So then they switched to the Heineke maneuver, and it actually worked. They hit him with the Heineke. It worked. It was working. I don't know how it was working, but it was working. But it just wasn't enough. Look at this offense here. 20th in yards per game, 21st in pass yards per game. The rushing attack was getting there. They just need to get a better O-line. Maybe the run game can get better even. I do like Brian Robinson. Like, he helped me out in fantasy. But 24th in yards per drive, 24th in points per game, 25th in third down, 25th in red zone. Like, this offense just didn't go anywhere. It went nowhere.
Ha ha, very funny, motherfucker.
They apparently like Sam Howell a lot. He did look good in that Dallas game. Maybe with new ownership, they can just get just a better culture in there, because that does affect the product on the field, whether you want to or not. Especially if the stadium and the field is neglected and treated like crap. Okay. Hopefully Ron Rivera stays the coach. I think he's good for the organization. He's taking a lot of fire because of the owner's shit. But it is a tough division. You got Philly. The Giants are retooling, even though they just gave him that contract. I don't know why. And the Cowboys are... They're going to have a good season. They're going to put up a fight during the regular season. They got some building up to do, but I give them a D. It's better than I thought they would finish. It's just they kind of fell apart at the end because they went back to Carson Wentz for some reason. They could have stuck with Heineke, maybe won a couple of games that could have turned the tide, and they would have made the playoffs, and I think they would have been more of a problem than the Giants would have been. They probably would have been more of a problem, more of a thorn in the playoffs than the Giants would ever be.
What the fuck are you talking about, man?
And with that being said, class is dismissed. WLYR 93.0 is the station. That's what's up. Samurai Panda Sports is the show. Don't get cut. I will see you guys next time. We are going to be with the NFC North. Grab a coat. It's going to get cold in this bitch. On that note, this is Lyricist the Kid signing off. And we out.